It's Ash from SuperVideos, back for another unexpected live stream. I decided to do a live stream tonight. I can't do one Friday. Usually we have it Friday nights, or once in a while Friday nights these days. But because I didn't do a stream after the season 11 trailer, I thought maybe because I had some time tonight, might make sense to jump on a live stream with you all and get your take on the trailer and talk about, obviously we're talking about the season 11 Walking Dead trailer. So yeah, that's the reason why we're live. I don't know how many people are even going to join, but there's a couple of you on already. Mask Ninja says, what's up, how are you? Glad you could join even with this unexpected stream. Animated Alex, Yoash, how are you? I'm good, how are you? Animated Alex. And then you ask, always like seeing Morgan and Dwight interact. Sucks that there ain't enough of it. Yeah, that's obviously something we all thought we're gonna get on Fear because they both crossed over, but we didn't really get one to the extent that we were expecting, or we were like fans were like really waiting for, I should say. Animated Alex, nice Joker poster. Oh, that's actually it's not a poster, it's one of those wall art things. Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. Thought I should spice up the background a little bit. I forgot to say, as always, let me know if there's any issues with the audio. It says that my audio is good right now and I can see myself, so I think we're good, but let me know if there's any issues. I think as far as the trailer goes, I posted everything that I wanted to post for the trailer, so there isn't going to be any more discussion videos coming out from the trailer alone. But if there's anything that you want to ask or that you saw in the trailer that I missed, definitely bring that up and we'll talk about it. Just gonna double check here to see if everything is good, because things went silent a little bit on my end. I don't know if my chat's frozen or what's going on. I can see there's things coming up on the screen that I see you guys see, but on the actual chat that I'm looking at, it's not updating. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now it updated. Animated Alex, I don't know what Maggie thinking when she's pointing her gun at a well-armed group of soldiers. Yeah, that was pretty dumb, to be honest. We're gonna have to see how it happens and what comes out of it, but it's not something a smart person would do. I'm not saying Maggie's dumb, but she can get a little... She can make weird decisions sometimes, and I think that's definitely one kind of odd decision that she made. Mask Ninja, how do you think Commonwealth have both vehicles? In both the comics, the Commonwealth only had horses and buggy. Maybe CRM and Commonwealth trade for supplies. That's possible, but they could just remix it so that Commonwealth have vehicles in the TV adaptation without bringing the CRM in, but you could explain it the way you did as well, with them trading with CRM. I'm leaning more towards it being just a remixed version of the comics, not necessarily a CRM trade link or anything like that. Yeah, in the comics they definitely just had horses and things like that, not vehicles. Not like actual cars and trucks and things like that. But then again, our survivors didn't really either in the comics, to my recollection. So that's one of those things where maybe when it got adapted to the TV version, they just decided to bring it in because it makes more sense. Animated Alex, imagine the world beyond kids are the main characters of the Rick movies. LOL, just kidding. That would definitely suck. It would turn off a lot of fans for sure. As much as fans are excited to see Rick, if they pull something like that, fans are immediately going to be out. And they may not even return if there's more. Animated Alex, do you think there will be a Squid Game Season 2? Speaking of Squid Game, speaking of Squid Game, I just finished my reaction to the final episode of Season 1. It hasn't been posted. It's going to come out next week, but what a season finale, all I can say. Will there be a Season 2? Yes, it was confirmed. Netflix will come out with a Season 2. And for those who have seen Season 1's finale, you can see the setup of what might happen in the second season. I talk more about that at the end of my reaction, so check that out. I might even do like a separate video on that, not right now, but maybe in the next couple weeks. I have another fun Walking Dead Squid Game video. You may be wondering what I mean by that. You'll have to wait and see what I mean by that. But it's just a fun video that I came up with. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. But I will be doing a Season 2 Squid Game Season 2 prediction video at some point in the next few weeks. Animated Alex, I didn't like that old man was the villain all along. Well, spoiler alert for Squid Game, but yeah, I mean, it was unexpected. I didn't see it coming, and it did feel a little forced, to be completely honest. But it was a big twist, and I enjoyed it. It was just thinking about it in retrospect, it was a little forced. But yeah, I do agree with you. I didn't like it as much as I did right away when I saw it because of the excitement and all of that. When that all went away, you could kind of think about, wait a minute, does it make sense and all of that. Zim Kids, do you think Maggie will die in 11B? No, I don't. I don't think Maggie's gonna die at all. I think she's gonna survive all the way to the end. I would be shocked if she's gonna die anytime soon. If she dies, it'll be either way later on in the other spin-off, if she comes to that, or if she crosses over to that, or in the movies at some point, if she joins one of those. Mario says, hey, what's up? How are you? Glad you could join, Mario. Mario, do you play any video games? Not as much. I used to play, not a lot, but I used to play a bit, but not recent. Like in the last 2 years, maybe I've played, maybe in total, a couple hours. Actually, not in the 2 years. That's not accurate because I did play The Last of Us Part 2, but after playing Part 2 of Last of Us, I haven't really played any video games other than sports and like football, soccer for North Americans, football and things like that. But other than that, not really. Animated Alex, do you think Herschel Jr. will become a spoiled brat like the comics? Probably, or personally, I hope they don't go that route in the show. I'm on the same page as you. In the comics it worked, but I don't think it'll be translated in a good way in the TV adaptation. I think it's best for them to change that up and not have Herschel Jr. go through that. They could give it to someone else, like maybe Gracie, you know, or some other kid, but I don't think it fits Herschel Jr. at this point to get that. Masked Ninja, do you think Maxwell is one of the suspects that captured fake Stephanie? If you look closely at the description of the suspects, Eugene wrote he saw a bald man in all black. Where did you see that? Well, I know like fake Stephanie is missing based on the trailer, but where do you get the Eugene stuff? I don't know where you get that from. And for Maxwell, I know who he is now. Someone pointed it out a few weeks ago from the comics. I didn't remember him, honestly. Mario, one of the names on Billboard that Eugene wrote says name Calhoun. Was that in the trailer? I'll have to double check. I completely missed that. I just realized I'm like off screen pretty much. Let me go back a little bit. And let me bring this. Let me zoom in a little bit so I can see this a little better. When I'm back here. There we go. Yeah, I completely missed that if it was in the trailer. So let me know the timestamp in the trailer if it was in the trailer. Masked Ninja, I meant Maxwell Hawkins. Yeah, I think I know who you mean, like from the comics, right? But I didn't see anything like what you're describing in the trailer, so I missed it completely. Bald guy wearing black. Bald guy wearing black. In the trailer? Yeah, I missed that completely. Animated Alex, fun fact, the actor for Pope was auditioned to play Negan. I could see that. I don't think he would have been able to play Negan as well. The reason for that is Negan has this kind of charisma and this kind of fun nature to him that I don't see in the Pope character, or not in the Pope character, but in that actor, the way that I saw him. Obviously, I haven't seen him in anything else. He might be able to play him very well, like if he was playing Negan, but I just don't see it based on my view of him at this point based on the Pope character. Because you're biased in a way because you've seen him play a certain character in a certain way. Zim Kids, if they were to kill fake Stephanie, how do you think they would kill her? Well, who would kill her? That's the question. Like, if Commonwealth are gonna kill her, I think they'll do it in a way where, to mislead people, to think that she died in a certain way, because they want her out of the way. But if one of the survivors did it, from our group, I think it would be as a result of finding out what she did, and maybe one thing leads to another where it's not an accident, but it's not an accident. You know what I mean? So it depends who's gonna kill her. That'll change the way that her death could kind of realistically work in a way in the story. Mario, it's hard to read, but it's on the board where missing Stephanie is. I'll have to double check that. And I don't know if I'll do a video on it, but I'll definitely check it out. Animated Alex, AMC should, and I quote, be ashamed to not cast him, but I agree, I'm glad they went with JDM. Yeah, I mean, you know who I think Pope should have played, like the actor? You know who I think he should have played? I think Pope should have played, and let me just think about this for a sec. Yeah, I think, again, it's a matter of preference, but maybe Pope should have played someone like Joe. More screen time, more important story, or a critical story, you know what I mean? The face-off between Pope and Rick with the biting would have been awesome. the Joe actor did phenomenal, but when I look at the actor playing Pope, I could see him playing someone like a Joe, in a way that is maybe slightly better than the way that it came about with the actor that already plays Joe or played Joe. Mario, I think the whole plot with missing Stephanie is a big thing. If she's missing, she's definitely gone, and that will probably start riots. That's true, that's a good point, and they could even have this be a remixed version of the comics with these, what's the name? Sebastian story. I'm not saying I like that, I think that'll be a cop-out, but that could be a direction they go if they really want to. But again, compared to the comics, they would be digging a grave for themselves by doing that, because that's such a terrible remix of that I don't even know where to start. But with the way things are, it's something they could have considered, and maybe something they might do based on what we saw in the trailer. Mario, probably Lance or Pamela behind it. Yeah, absolutely Lance and Pamela, I think. Maybe not so much with Pamela, but I think Lance is almost certainly behind why Stephanie is missing. Animated Alex, do you think Alden is dead? If so, I think keeping him alive was kind of pointless. I think when we see him next time, he won't be alive. And I do agree, if this is the case, they should have just showed him dead already. Doesn't make sense to wait this long to reveal a death like that. It's not a huge death, so why drag it out like this? If he's not gonna die, then that's a different story. Masked Ninja, who do you think will play as Major General Beale? It obviously has to be a very well-known actor who's well known for being a villain. Not necessarily. I mean, they usually don't do that on The Walking Dead anyway, so I don't think that they're necessarily going to bring someone that we recognize. But as far as who do I want to play Major General Beale, it's interesting because it's kind of typecasting, but Clive Owen. I've seen a lot of movies with Clive Owen where he's playing this kind of supposed good guy or a good leader of an organization, and he turns out to be a corrupt leader. So I could see someone like Clive Owen playing that. I think that would be interesting. But again, I don't think they're going to bring anyone in that we recognize. Mario, I also think that most comic big deaths in Commonwealth don't make sense in the show right now, especially after Gabe dodged his long time ago. I agree, unless they remix it. Like the last video I did with the Carol theory, that's a definite remix. It has elements of that Commonwealth comic story, but it's a remixed version. And I think to make it work in the TV adaptation, they're going to have to remix it. And not even slightly remix it, but significantly remix it. Where it's got elements of it, like the theory I came up with, but overall, it's such a different death that it's definitely its own take on that Commonwealth or the comic story. Mario, I don't know how you feel, but I have a big espionage vibes from Hole 11B. Again with the spy theories. I personally don't have that vibes. From inside Commonwealth, yes, absolutely. But from our survivors, no, definitely not. Animated Alex, having Alicia get bit and most likely having survived ruins a big thing of what The Walking Dead established with how the bite works. Yeah, I hated that. I absolutely hated that. Much like I hated the Morgan red eye thing and getting shot the way he did back in like which season was it? Season 4, I think. I hate all of it. Most things they do on Fear, that's shocking, it's forced and a huge WTF moment that doesn't make a slight sense. Zim Kids worried that dog doesn't make it. I think either Leah's just gonna leave with dog, or Leah's gonna die, and dog is either gonna die or dog is just gonna stay with Daryl, or Daryl is gonna have dog stay behind at Commonwealth before he leaves for whatever expedition, which is gonna probably be the story of the spin-off. Speaking of the spin-off, or like the ending of The Walking Dead really, I came up with this fun, let me see if I can find it. In the community section, I predicted the rest of The Walking Dead in all emoji. And I said whoever can crack the code can win a prize. Let me actually paste it. Let me paste it in the chat here. You guys are welcome to participate. This is my prediction of the rest of The Walking Dead in all emojis. And you have to get it exactly right. So even if you're off slightly, it wouldn't count. The first person to get it wins a prize. There we go. That's my prediction for the rest of the season. Can you crack it? Let me know if you can crack it. Mario, the best way to connect CRM with Commonwealth is to have Pamela or Lance connect with them. Think about if it's Lance, or if Lance is connected with them some way, they would probably help him rule for a price. I completely agree with you. The best way to connect those two stories, CRM and Commonwealth, is through some sort of partnership between them, where it's Lance and Pamela, or just Lance on one end, and on the other end it's leadership of the CRM. Are they going to go that route? Absolutely. There's a lot of setup for it. Is it going to happen in the series? They might hint at it, and they might even show some of those connections, but like in terms of showing us the CRM side of it, I think that's going to be in the movies mostly. Mask Ninja, do you think Daryl and Sebastian are going to start a fight? I don't think I don't think Daryl is gonna like Sebastian, and I think there's gonna be tension between them, but I don't think they'll fight necessarily. And if by that you mean he's gonna get the Rick Sebastian thing, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Animated Alex, the Fear writers dig up in deep mud puddles for ideas. Yeah. They're definitely dry for ideas these days. Mario, because just from the shot in the trailer with Lance sitting in Pamela's chair with ominous look, definitely makes me think he doesn't like her. That is also a direction they could go, for Lance to want to overthrow her as the remixed version of the comics, but they're gonna have to flesh out the characters and the Commonwealth more before they build that story up, because otherwise it wouldn't feel genuine to us. I mean, if they have it be more internal and kind of blocked from everyone else, then yeah, it makes sense. But if it's like in the open in a way, then I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. Mario, they definitely made him bigger character than the comic book. Lance, yeah, absolutely. They absolutely did. Mask Ninja, do you, no, not the death, just have problems with each other. Yeah, the problem with each other, yeah, absolutely. I could see that, 100%. Animated Alex Ricks comes back, Alden death and killing walkers will be illegal like the comics is my guess for your prediction. I don't know though. I don't know, it's tough. Let me see. Did you get any of it right? You got a certain part of it, not right, but you got very close, but overall no, that's off a little bit. Animated Alex LOL. For those of you that are just joining, this comment here is my emoji version of my prediction of the rest of the series. Whoever can crack it first exactly will get a prize. Zimkids, do you think Rosita and Gabe will survive? Gabe, I'm 50-50. Rosita, 80% she'll die. I'm 80% on the boat that thinks she's gonna die. We have username that I can't pronounce. It's in other alphabets, but their initials is AH. They say something. I can't read that. Before I talked about the username, I should have seen what it said first, so I can. I should have stopped myself before even saying the name. Anyway, I can't read that. You're gonna have to write that again. Sorry. Mario, your ending prediction involves Commonwealth, Alexandria held up together, then riots, and after that, statue of somebody, connection with CRM via radio, then rebuilding, and no walkers anymore. Let me see. You got a little bit of that right, but not fully. You got like the middle part right slightly, and then the ending you got slightly right, like the very end, but not the very end, like the last bit. So close, very close, but there's still missing pieces for that to be accepted. So what you said can basically, yeah, this emoji right here, that like your prediction or your prediction for my prediction hits that. It hits, let me think. It hits that. It hits that slightly. It hits that. And it hits that. But that's it. Mario, I probably missed a good portion, lol. Yeah, you missed a couple of them. At the beginning and at the end, and yeah, pretty much. Just that. Again, another user, I can't pronounce their name and I can't understand what they're saying. So I'm gonna skip it. Mask Ninja, whoa, what happened there? There we go. Mask Ninja. I think Ezekiel will get Rick's comic death because he makes great speeches. Well, just because Rick gave the speech doesn't mean that whoever gives good speeches is going to get that. I personally don't like the idea of Ezekiel getting it. I don't think it makes sense. It's underwhelming. But yeah, I've seen that theory a lot. I personally don't like it. Zimkids, who do you think will be killed off in 11B? I did my death predictions already for the entire season, and I still stand behind my prediction. Let me just go to my prediction again. I just want to see if I got anyone right in the 11A part. I still stand behind all of those predictions. They may not happen exactly the way I did it because I did 11A, B, C, but Let me see how many I got right. I'll tell you who I predicted for 11A and how many I actually got right. And then I'll tell you my 11B predictions because I have it, like the video. And I'll tell you if I want to change it. I doubt I want to change it, but we'll see. My video is just loading. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Okay, so for 11A, I put Kelly, Alden, and Cole. Cole did die, so I was right there. Alden may die, very likely, so I got that right. Kelly didn't die, but I still think she probably will, so I'm keeping that. For 11B, I have Magna, Luke, and Rosita. And I still think they're gonna die, but I would move Luke, or not Luke, I would move probably Rosita and Magna further out, so not in 11B. 11B, I would add someone though. In 11B, I want to add obviously Sebastian, and also a big character. I don't know at this point. I'm not 50-50, but I have a feeling either Carol or Gabe. I have a feeling. But yeah, 11C, it'll probably be Magna, Rosita, Jerry. I have Aaron in my original prediction, but if they kill Carol and Gabe, or Gabe, then I don't think Aaron's gonna die. But those are my predictions. Obviously not all of them, but you get what I mean. Like, that's the vibe. Those types of characters are probably gonna die. Masked Ninja, I think Gabe and Magna will die in 11B. I think they'll die in 11C. I think 11B, we are gonna get a big death, but oh, actually no, Gabe and Magna, I changed my mind. I agree, but not Gabe and Magna. Either Gabe or Carol. I think, and I know people are saying, how's Carol gonna die? There's a spin-off. Well, there might not be a spin-off. That might all have been a very clever ploy by AMC, but there's a possibility that it wasn't. So it's just that everyone is too confident in Carol and Daryl making it just because of the spin-off. And I think maybe they got us in a good place to think that, and then boom, give us a big death that we don't expect at all. Animated Alex, Gabe has come a long way in the show. It would suck to see him die. Everything changed since Rick's group found him on that rock. Yeah, I absolutely agree. He's had the biggest transition alongside Carol. Mario could be also Sebastian that hurt Stephanie just because Eugene hit him in 1107. So he probably still has a grudge. Eugene hit him in 1107. Why would he hurt the fake Stephanie? If you mean the real Stephanie, that's possible, but why the fake Stephanie? Masked Ninja Carol dying with a question mark? Yeah, like I explained. Could be a big ploy by AMC to get us comfortable with thinking she's gonna make it. She and Daryl. Mario, I totally see him doing that. Hurting the real Stephanie? Yeah, I could see that too, slightly. Jose Hernandez, what if the woman who is with Negan in the trailer is a remixed version of Lucy from Negan Lives? They could do that. It's a little early for that though, and it's a bigger remix for that whole story between the two of them, this small story, to work, but maybe. Sim Kids, how? So you see Carol dying? 30%. I'm 30% in the boat of thinking Carol might die. Mario, you can clearly see in the trailer, Commonwealth soldiers ambush Daryl, Aaron, and Gabe in the junkyard. Yeah, absolutely. And I think Daryl is able to run away there, but Aaron and Gabe are captured by Commonwealth. And they bring them into Alexandria to use them as leverage to get in. I made a prediction on that, or like a prediction video on that already. But I think that's the way it's gonna happen. How long have we been going? Does it say? I think 30 minutes, right? I think so. We'll go for another. It's been a great stream, even though it was a unexpected stream. So we'll go for another maybe 10 minutes. And that'll be the end of the stream. Mario, so there is some betrayal involved. Are you connecting that to why they were captured? Like Commonwealth captured the survivors? I don't think betrayal necessarily. I just think that they got some information about where Alexandria could be. Or maybe Eugene just had to give it away because he was being tortured or something. I wouldn't call it betrayal though, if that's what you mean, with like Eugene or someone else giving that information away. Masked Ninja, actually Father Gabriel and Aaron are in front of Hilltop. It could be. I didn't really think about that, but either Hilltop or Alexandria. Doesn't really make a difference at this point. Animated Alex, Amigo Ash, Sia. Glad you could join Animated Alex. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. We're gonna end it fairly soon here as well. Mario, they would have ambushed them in first place. Hopefully Mercer is actually a good guy in the show. I think he is. I think they're going to do something with Mercer similar to the comics where he's fighting his conscience to do the right thing or follow the leadership. Pamela and Lance. Masked Ninja with the soldiers. Mario, I don't know if you read synopsis for episode 10 yet, but it's kind of clear that they are betrayed. I haven't checked the synopsises, and that's for a reason. I think the synopsises recently, especially, give too much information away, and I just don't want to know that much information. The trailer already gives a lot, so I consciously, there we go, didn't look at the synopsis. Jose Hernandez, will Lance be a bigger villain than Pamela and Sebastian? I wouldn't say a bigger threat or a bigger villain. I would say, I wouldn't say a bigger villain, but I would say a bigger threat. Absolutely. Especially in the TV adaptation. Zim Kids, I see some characters die in the riots. Maybe one B-type list character, but I don't think anyone major is gonna die in the riots. Masked Ninja, who has stronger armor, CRM or Commonwealth? Commonwealth, probably because theirs is bite proof. Or sorry, did I get that right? I think CRM is mostly bite proof, and Commonwealth is mostly, or it's a little bit bulletproof. I could have gotten that wrong, I don't know. But which one is stronger armor? I think probably Commonwealth. But CRM has better weapons and artillery and equipment, things like that. Mario, they absolutely do. Episode 10 pretty much confirms a lot. And it looks like the Commonwealth part will finish near episode 14, 15. Yeah, that's exactly why I don't like to look at the synopsises. Alright, that's going to be the end of the stream. I hope everyone enjoyed this stream, this unexpected stream. If you did, smash that like button. If you're not a subscriber, which I think all of you are, subscribe to join our community. And yeah, this week we have a few more Walking Dead, or maybe 2 more Walking Dead videos coming. They're not related to the trailer reveals, but just more general videos. I also have 2 videos for The Last of Us this week. And then after that, next week, we're going to go back to our regular reaction videos. And there'll probably not be a lot of more Walking Dead videos until it returns in February. But yeah, last comment I'll answer from ZimKids. Do you think Sebastian will kill somebody just like the comics? Yes, I do. It might not work, or it might not happen the exact same way, but I think overall it will go down the same kind of direction. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you